Okay, hello. I am here with Kim Joseph, a member of Temple Emanuel. So thank you, Kim, for joining me. And how are you today?
I'm doing well. The sun is shining and it's an awesome Sunday afternoon. I was lucky enough to be off work today, so I'm doing well right now.
Yeah, before we came on, we were talking just a little bit briefly about how this is the new normal and it's taking some getting used to.
Yeah, so with regard to COVID-19, I think my family has had to pivot a lot, just like most of the families in the area and all across the world. Life changed pretty quickly for all of us, and we were put into a position where we needed to adapt and make ourselves a little bit resourceful with the things that we had at home. And we, like a lot of families, had to start with school at home and just trying to navigate all of that. And working full time has been a big challenge. I think we're in a better spot now that school is ending this week, and that's going to kind of lighten things up for all of us, including myself. And I'm a healthcare provider, so you know that, Jessica, and it's been a lot over the last 8 to 10 weeks. So we've had to shift with what we do and how we take care of patients, and getting used to wearing, a full personal protective equipment. Just that in itself has been, a change. And I was really fortunate to also become trained in virtual health and servicing platforms like TeleDoc and e-visits. And that's been terrific. I can't tell you how many people I've reached to take care of them, not just in the Pittsburgh area, but all across Pennsylvania, servicing, Philadelphia regions where they were worse off with COVID-19, and just being able to take care of people that didn't want to go out and about. So there's such a need for that when there's a pandemic, and that was something really exciting to be part of in terms of my career.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And it sounds like you've been very busy.
Yeah, super busy, right? Like, but I don't think I'm alone in that regard. I think there's a lot of families and working professionals that are feeling like that, no matter what kind of work that they do, because it's been a new change. So with that, comes a lot of new responsibilities and adaptations. But I think that in a lot of ways, it's brought us closer together, and we've used virtual connections to work together in different ways, and Temple Emanuel is doing that, and a lot of different organizations and companies are doing that. I think people are actually kind of enjoying the opportunity to virtually connect and dial in more. So I think that's one of the silver linings that has sort of come about from all of COVID-19. And I've shared with friends that my kids, who are 4 years apart, have really bonded over the last several weeks, mainly because they were forced to. Right. We couldn't go anywhere or do anything, so they had to play with each other and entertain one another. And I see them laughing and playing and having more fun than they ever did before, because they were like essentially living kind of separate days in different schools and different environments. And we made the decision to keep them at home this summer with some babysitters when we're working. And it's been a really good thing. They're having the time of their lives, and that's another silver lining that's kind of come out of all of this. So
yeah, that's wonderful. Indeed, I think there's been really good opportunities for family time and for siblings to grow closer to each other, especially with age differences and different activities, and kind of oftentimes feeling like ships passing in the night as we go around to do different things. Well, we are very fortunate that along with all these things that you're doing, you have agreed to serve on the Temple board.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to that. And this is definitely a definitional time in our history, right? There's a lot of really exciting things happening. And I'm wondering how you were convinced to be on the board. What drew you to being on the board and to accepting the nomination?
Yeah. So I always think that Andrew and I still consider us pretty new members to Temple. I think this will be our 4th year as being a members of the congregation and having our kids participate in Torah Center. And for me, I look as my membership to Temple Emanuel is one of those things that really, I think the more that I put into it, the more I'm going to get out of it. And when we joined Torah Center, we both kind of made a commitment to ourselves that I didn't want to just join so that my kids could be members of Torah Center and go through that programming. I wanted to make an active commitment to become more involved. So I think I was looking for something just as much as maybe Temple was looking for participation, and it seemed like a really good match. I've actually been kind of exploring participation in different boards for the last couple of years. Just from a professional basis, I think it would be an interesting opportunity to be part of a group like that. And, it'll allow for me to just sort of extend myself in another way. And, my other professional passion is being a healthcare provider. I'm a nurse practitioner. And I think that we have, just a lens on health and safety. And I think that that's probably, a huge focus right now with us in a pandemic. And I hope that I can offer a skill set as it relates to Temple and keeping Temple healthy and safe as well.
That's wonderful. So I was going to ask you what you're looking forward to as a board member, and I think you've already described some of the things that you bring to your role. Anything else that you can think of that perhaps this is opening a door to that you're looking forward to doing?
Well, one of the things that I found since I joined Temple was just really enjoying the connection with other young families and understanding how much fun that can be. And I would like to, work to encourage more young families to join who may just not understand the depth of what Temple Emanuel can offer to them, personally and also to their family. Some of my good friends are part of Temple now, and they're friendships that I hope will, be fostered for years to come. But I've been able to make those connections. And I think there's a lot of like-minded younger families that maybe don't realize that that's a possibility for them when they join. So I think that's something that I'm interested in, just reaching out and encouraging that membership, and also not only membership, but becoming more involved in the organization itself. Mm-hmm. I'm also interested in recycling and thinking about how we can be more conservative as a community at Temple and in the South Hills, and potentially, looking into a program that might help with things like that. And I have a love for community service as well. So looking at other ways that we can get together, collaborate, have fun, but do community service for organizations like SHIM, and encouraging youth to become more involved in that as well.
That's great. Those are all things that we could definitely do here at Temple to make us feel more connected to each other and to our community. So that's really exciting. So you have a lot to bring to the board, and you do a lot in your work and with your family. What would be your ideal use of free time if you had time without any of these responsibilities that you've described I feel like that's always a trick question, because I'm not suggesting that like you leave your family out of this dream free time,
Yeah.
but what would you do with your time if you could do anything?
Honestly, it would be yesterday, which was we both my boys are now officially bike riders on two-wheeler bikes. So we went to the Montour Trail and made a whole day of it, just biking together, stopping along the way for a snack and a special family time. To me, it just doesn't get any better than that. And I appreciate the times where we can just slow down and not have lists going on and, I have to do this and then that. That's what I would love to break free from. So days like that with my family are probably, the most important to me. Just being together and enjoying that time and really savoring when our kids are little, because they're just so much fun right now. And so in a way, with everything slowing down related to COVID-19, I am secretly kind of loving this time together. And of course, there's a lot of hardships that go with that. And I'm not saying I want that life forever, but it's been a blessing to slow down and spend time together for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think many of us are wondering just how we're going to rebuild our schedules and our lives as things continue to open up. It has been nice to not be so busy, I think.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to share with us?
No, I enjoyed the opportunity to connect today and share a little bit about me. I'm looking forward to being part of the board and getting more involved and, taking on a new project or challenge, whatever that might be. And, just connecting more with people that belong to Temple. I think it's a really exciting time to be a member and to be getting involved in different avenues and paths that Temple might offer. I'm excited to explore this and, develop a deeper connection with people in my community and a deeper connection to Judaism. So I thank you again for having me. This was great.
Yeah, well, thank you. This has been great, learning a little bit more about you and hearing about all the exciting things that we can look forward to doing together. So thank you. Thank you, Kim, and we look forward to the future.
Sounds great.